Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 4, I think. Part 4 or 5 of Leviticus. Um, I'm still a little sick, so this episode may not be as long. I don't know. I'm still a little sick. I'm not too sick anymore, so I think we're chilling. I think we're hanging out, you know? But yes, and we left off at 15:1. We will try and get as far as we can today. We could get to 20 something. Maybe. But we'll just see. We'll see when we get there. We're at the law concerning bodily discharges right now on 15. And I am reading from the New King James Bible. It's essentially the King James Bible, but like simpler words. Like easier for me to read. Eventually, I'll get to the King James, but I need to get this first because it's like, I grew up with the new sort of lingo and stuff, so this works better for me. But it's the same. It's saying the same thing, just a little translated. If you get me. But yes, 15, part 5, and pause now if you need to get there. 15:1 Leviticus. Bam. Let's do it. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, When any man has discharge from his body, his discharge is unclean, and this shall be his uncleanliness in regard to his discharge. Whether his body runs with discharge, or his body is stopped by his discharge, it is uncleanliness. Every bed is unclean on which he who has discharge lies, and everything on which he sits shall be unclean. And whoever touches his bed shall wash his clothes, bathe in water, and be unclean until evening. And he who sits on anything on which he who has the discharge sat shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Interesting. He who touches the body of him who has discharge shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. If he who has discharge spits on him who is clean, then he shall wash his clothes, bathe in water, and be unclean until evening. Any saddle on which he who has discharge rides shall be unclean. Whoever touches anything that was under him shall be unclean until evening. He who carries any of those things shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. And whomever the one who has discharge touches and has not rinsed his hands in water, he shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. The vessel of earth that he who has discharge touches shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water. Then he who has discharge is cleansed of his discharge. Then he shall count for 7 days himself 7 days for his cleansing. Wash his clothes and bathe his body in running water. Then he shall be clean. On the 8th day he shall take for himself 2 turtle doves, 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord to the door of the tabernacle of meeting and give them to the priest. And then the priest shall offer them, the one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering. So the priest shall make anointment for him before the Lord because of his discharge. If any man has an emission of semen, then he shall wash his body in the water and be unclean until evening. And any garment and any leather shall be on which there is semen, it shall be washed with water and be unclean until evening. Also, when a woman lies with a man and there is a emission of semen, they shall bathe in water and be unclean until evening. If woman has a discharge and the discharge from her body is blood, she shall be set apart 7 days. Whoever touches her shall be unclean until evening. Everything that she lies on during her impurity shall be unclean. Also, everything she sits on shall be unclean. Whoever touches her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. And whoever touches anything that she sat on shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. If anything on her bed or anything that she sits When he touches it, it shall be unclean until evening. If any man lies with her at all, so that her impurity is on him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and every bed on which he lies on shall be unclean. If a woman has discharge of blood for many days, other than at the time of her customary impurity, or if it runs beyond her usual time of impurity, all of her days of her unclean discharge shall be as the days of her customary impurity. She shall be unclean. Every bed on which she lies on, all the days of her discharge shall be to her as a bed of impurity. And whatever she sits on shall be unclean, and uncleanliness of her impurity. Whoever touches those things shall be unclean, and he shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. And if she is cleansed on her discharge, then she shall count for herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the 8th day she shall take for herself 2 turtle doves, 2 young pigeons, and bring them to the priest of the door of the tabernacle of meeting. Then the priest shall offer the one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering, and the priest shall make anointment for her before the Lord for the discharge of her uncleanliness. Thus you shall separate the children of Israel from their uncleanliness, lest they die in their uncleanliness, and they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law for one who has a discharge, for him who emits semen and is unclean thereby, and for her who is indisposed because of her customary impurity, and for one who has discharge, either man or woman, and for him who lies with her who is unclean. Now the Lord spoke to Moses after the death of the 2 sons of Aaron, and offered profane fire before the Lord and died. What? When they offered profane fire before the Lord and died. I was like, what? And the Lord said to Moses, tell Aaron your brother not to come at just any time into the holy place inside the veil before the mercy seat, which is on the ark, lest he die, for I will appear in a cloud above the mercy seat. Thus Aaron shall come into the holy place with the blood of a young bull as a sin offering, and of a ram as a burnt offering. He shall put a holy linen tunic and a linen trousers on his body, and he shall be girded with a linen sash, and with a linen turban he shall be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore he shall wash his body in water and put them on. And he shall take from the congregation of the children of Israel two kids of the goats as a sin offering, and 1 ram as a burnt offering. Aaron shall offer the bull as a sin offering, which is for himself, and make anointment for himself and for his house. He shall take 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle meeting. Then Aaron shall cast lots for the 2 goats, 1 lot for the Lord and the other for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat on which the Lord's lot fell, and offering it as a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make anointment upon it, and to let it go as the scapegoat into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the bull of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make anointment for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bull as a sin offering, which is for himself. Then he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from the altar before the Lord, with his hands full of sweet incense beaten fine, and bring it inside the veil. And he shall put the incense on the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is on the testimony, lest he die. He shall take some of the blood of the bull and sprinkle it with his finger on the mercy seat on the east side before the mercy seat, and he shall sprinkle some of the blood with his finger 7 times. Then he shall kill the goat of the sin offering, which is for the people. Bring its blood inside the veil. Do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bull, and sprinkle it on the mercy seat before the Lord. He shall make an anointment for the holy place because of the uncleanliness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions, for all their sins he shall do for the tabernacle meeting which remains among them in the midst of their uncleanliness. There shall be no man in the tabernacle meeting when he goes in to make anointment in the holy place until he comes out, that he may make anointment for himself and for his household and for all the assembly of Israel. Then he shall go out to the altar that is before the Lord and make anointment for it. Then he shall take some of the blood of the bull and some of the blood of the goat and put it on the horns of the altar all around. And he shall sprinkle some of the blood on it with his fingers 7 times, cleanse it and consecrate it for the uncleanliness of the children of Israel. And when he has made an end of anointing for the holy place and the tabernacle meeting and all the altar, he shall bring the live goat. And Aaron shall lay both his hands on the head of the live goat, confess over it all the iniquities of the children of Israel and all their transgressions concerning all of their sins, putting them on the head of the putting him on the head, sorry, not the heed. I don't know what I'm talking about. The head of the goat, and shall send it away into the wilderness by the hand of suitable man. The goat shall bear on itself all their iniquities to the uninhabited land, and he shall release the goat into the wilderness. That Aaron shall come into the tabernacle meeting, shall take off its linen garments which he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. And he shall wash his body with water in the holy place, and put on his garments, come out and offer his burnt offering and the burnt offering of the people, and make the atonement for himself and for his people, and for the people, not his people, for the people. The fat of the sin offering he shall burn on the altar. He who has released the goat as a scapegoat shall wash his clothes and bathe his body in water, and afterward he may come into the camp. The bull for the sin offering and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the holy place, shall be carried outside the camp, and they shall burn in the fire their skins, their flesh, and their offal. I don't know what that is, offal. Then he who burns them shall wash his clothes and bathe his body in water, and afterward he may come back into camp. This shall be a statute forever for you. In the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, you shall afflict your souls and do no work at all, whether a native of your own country or a stranger who dwells among you. For on that day the priest shall make anointment for you to cleanse you, that you may be clean from all your sins before the Lord. It is a Sabbath of the solemn rest for you, and you shall afflict your souls. It is a statute forever. And the priest who is anointed and consecrated to the minister as priest in his father's place shall make anointment and put on the linen clothes and the holy garments. Then he shall make anointment for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make atonement for the tabernacle of meeting and for the altar. He shall make atonement for the priests, for all the people of the assembly. This shall be an everlasting statute for you, and make atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year. And he did as the Lord commanded Moses. Interesting. 17. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron, to his sons, and the children of Israel, and say to them, This is the thing which the Lord has commanded, saying, Whatever man of the house of Israel who kills an ox of lamb or goat in the camp, and who kills it outside the camp, does not bring it to the door of the tabernacle meeting to offer an offering to the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, the guilt of bloodshed shall be imputed to that man. He shall shed blood, and the man shall be cut off from among his people, to the end of the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices which they offer in the open field, that they may bring them to the Lord at the door of the tabernacle meeting to the priest, and offer them as a peace offering to the Lord. Wow. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood on the altar in the Lord at the tabernacle meeting, and burn the fat for a sweet aroma to the Lord. And they shall no more offer their sacrifices to demons, after whom they have played the harlot. This shall be a statute forever for them throughout their generations. Also, you shall say to them, whatever man of the house of Israel or of the strangers who dwell among you, who offers a burnt offering or a sacrifice, does not bring it to the door of the tabernacle meeting to offer it to the Lord, that man shall be cut off from among his people. And does not bring it. Okay. And whatever man of the house of Israel or of the strangers who dwell among you, who eats any blood, I will set my face against that person who eats the blood and will cut him off from among his people. Wow. It's crazy. Never knew that. And for the life of the flesh is in the blood. I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that makes an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said to the children of Israel, no one among you shall eat blood, nor shall any stranger who dwells among you eat blood. Whatever man of the children of Israel or of the strangers who dwell among you, who hunts and catches any animal or bird that may be eaten, he shall pour out its blood and cover it with dust. And for it is the life of all flesh, its blood stains its life. Therefore I said to the children of Israel, he shall not eat the blood of any flesh, for the life of all of its flesh is its blood. Whoever eats it shall be cut off. Oh. And every person who eats what naturally or what was torn by beasts, whether he is a native of your own country or a stranger, he shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening, then he shall be clean. But if he does not wash them or bathe them, he shall not bear his guilt. Then he shall bear his guilt, not bear his guilt. He shall bear his guilt. 18. Laws of sexual immorality. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel, and saying to them, I am the Lord your God. According to the doings of the land of Egypt where you dwelt, you shall not do. According to the doings of the land of Canaan, where I am bringing you, you shall not do, nor shall you walk in their ordinances. You shall observe my judgments and keep my ordinances. I think I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. To walk in them, I am the Lord your God. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if any man does, he shall live by them. I am the Lord. Interesting. None of you shall approach anyone who is near of kin to him, to uncover his nakedness. I am the Lord. The nakedness of your father, the nakedness of your mother, you shall not uncover. She is your mother, and you shall not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of your father's wife you shall not uncover. It is your father's nakedness. The nakedness of your sister, the daughter of your father, or the daughter of your mother, whether born at home or somewhere else, their nakedness you shall not uncover. The nakedness of your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter, their nakedness you shall not uncover, for theirs is your own nakedness. The nakedness of your father's wife's daughter, begotten by your father, she is your sister, you shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister, she is near of kin to your father. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, for she is near kin to your mother. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother. You shall not approach his wife, she is your aunt. Wow. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife. It is your brother's nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, nor shall you take her son's daughter. Nor shall you take her son's daughter and her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness and near of kin to her. It is wickedness. Nor shall you take a woman as a rival to her sister to uncover her nakedness while the other is alive. Okay. Hold on. Also, you shall not approach a woman to uncover her nakedness as long as she is in her customary impurity. Moreover, you shall not lie carnally with your brother's wife, with your neighbor's wife, no, with your neighbor's wife to defile yourself with her. You shall not let any of your descendants pass through the fire to Molech, nor you shall profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You will not lie with a male. You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. Nor you shall mate with any animal to defile yourself with it, nor any woman stand before an animal to mate with it. It is perversion. Perversion? I gotta look that word up. Do not defile yourselves with any of these things, for by all the nations you are defiled, which I am casting out before you. For the land is defiled, therefore I visit the punishment of its iniquity upon it, and the land vomits out its inhabitants. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, either any of your own nation or any stranger who dwells among you. For all these abominations the men of the land have done who were before you, and thus the land is defiled. Lest the land vomit you out also where you defile it, as it vomited out the nations that were before you. For whoever commits any of these abominations, the persons who commits them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore you shall keep my ordinance, so that you do not commit any of these abominable customs which were committed before you, and that you do not defile yourselves by them. I am the Lord your God. So, really, really good stuff in there. Really tells you some basic stuff not to do, if you don't know already. Interesting chapter, I guess. 19 is the moral and ceremonial laws. This is going to be a good chapter, I think. I don't know. I am the Lord spoke to Moses saying, and the Lord spoke to Moses saying, wow. Speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel and say to them, you shall be holy, for I am the Lord your God, am holy. Every one of you shall revere his mother and his father and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Do not turn to idols, nor make for them yourselves molded gods. I am the Lord your God. For you offer a sacrifice of a peace offering to the Lord, you shall offer it of your own free will. It shall be eaten. It shall be eaten the same day you offer it, and on the next day you shall. And if any remains until the third. And on the next day. Oh, you can eat it on the next day, is what it's saying. And if any remains until the third day, it shall be burned in fire. And if it is eaten at all on the third day, it is an abomination. It shall not be accepted. Therefore, everyone who eats it shall bear its iniquity, because he has profaned the hallowed offering of the Lord, and shall be cut off from his people. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field, nor shall you gather the gleanings of your harvest. Gleanings. Maybe I'm saying that right, maybe I'm not. You shall not glean your vineyard, nor shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Lord your God. That's actually really nice. You shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another. You shall not swear by my name falsely, nor shall you profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You shall not cheat your neighbor, nor rob him. The wages of him who is hired shall not remain with you all night until morning. You shall not curse the deaf, nor the stumbling block before the blind, nor put a stumbling block before the blind. and shall fear your God. I am the Lord. You shall do no injustice in judgment. You shall not be partial to the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor. So for a righteous reason. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my place when I looked. You shall not go about as a talebearer among your people, nor you shall take a stand against the life of your neighbor. I am the Lord. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your neighbor, and not bear sin because of him. You shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You shall keep my statutes. You shall not let your livestock breed with another kind. You shall not sow your field with mixed seed, nor shall garment of mixed linen and wool came upon you. Whoever lies carnally with a woman who is betrothed to a man as a concubine, I said that wrong 100%, but I don't know how to say it right. And who has not at all been redeemed, nor given her freedom, for shall be scourging, and they shall not be put to death, but they shall not be put to death, because she was not free. And he shall bring his trespass offering to the door of the tabernacle meeting, at a ram as a trespass offering. The priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, because before the Lord, for his sin which he has committed, and the sin he has committed shall be forgiven him. When you come into the land and have planted all kinds of trees for food, you shall count their fruit as uncircumcised. 3 years it shall be uncircumcised to you, it shall not be eaten. But in the 4th year, all of its fruit shall be holy. It's a praise to the Lord, and in the 5th year you may eat its fruit, that it may yield to you its increase. I am the Lord your God. You shall not eat anything with the blood, nor you shall practice divination or soothsaying. Divination or soothsaying. I gotta look up what both those words mean. You shall not shave around the sides of your head, nor you shall disfigure the edges of your beard. You shall not make any cutting in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you. I am the Lord. Do not prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a harlot, lest the land fall into harlotry, and the land become full of wickedness. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence. I don't know that word. That's a hard one. Reverence. I think I know it, but I'm blanking now. My sanctuary. I am the Lord. Give no regard to the mediums and the familiar spirits. Do not seek after them to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. You shall rise before the gray-headed and honor the presence of an old man and fear your God. I am the Lord. And if a stranger dwells with you in your land, you shall not mistreat him. The stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself. And if you were strangers in the land of Egypt, I am the Lord your God. For you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Sorry. You shall do no injustice in your judgment, in measurement of the length, weight, and volume. Whoa, volume. You shall have honest scales, honest weights, an honest ephah, and an honest hin. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Therefore you shall observe all my statutes and all my judgments and perform them. I am the Lord. I guess we'll do 20. I guess we'll do 20 and start off at 21 next time. I'm feeling good today. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Again you shall say to the children of Israel, whoever of the children of Israel or of the strangers who dwell in the land of Israel, who gives any of his descendants to Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. I will set my face against that man, and I will cut him off from his people, because he has given some of his descendants to Molech to defile my sanctuary and profane my holy name. And if the people of the land should in any way hide their eyes from the man when he gives some of his descendants to Molech, and they do not kill him, then I will set my face against the man and against his family, and I will cut him off from his people, and all who prostitute themselves with him to commit harlotry with Molech. And the person who turns to mediums and familiar spirits to prostitute himself with them, I will set my face against that person and will cut him off from his people. Consecrate yourselves, therefore, to be holy. I am the Lord your God, and you shall keep my statutes and perform them. I am the Lord who sanctifies you. For everyone who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. He has cursed his father or his mother, his blood shall be upon him. The man who commits adultery with another man's wife, he who commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. The man who lies with his father's wife has uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death and have committed perversion. Their blood shall be put upon them. If a man lies with the male as he lies with the woman, both of them shall have committed an abomination, shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be put upon them. If a man marries a woman and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burned in fire, both he and they, that may be no wickedness among you. If a man mates with an animal, and he surely shall be put to death, and shall kill the animal. Yeah. If a woman approaches any animal and mates with it, you shall kill the woman and the animal. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. If a man takes his daughter, if a man takes his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and sees her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, it is a wicked thing. And they shall be cut off from in sight of the people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness, he shall bear his guilt. If a man lies with a woman during her sickness and uncovers her nakedness, he shall be exposed, he has exposed her flow, and she has uncovered the flow of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from their people. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, nor your father's sister, for that would uncover his near of kin. They shall bear their guilt. If a man lies with his uncle's wife, he has uncovered his uncle's nakedness, and shall bear their sin, and they shall die childless. Wow. If a man takes his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness, they shall be childless. You shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments, and perform them, that the land where I am bringing you to dwell may not vomit you out. You shall not walk in the statutes of the nation, for I am casting out before you, for they commit all these things, and therefore I abhor them. I didn't say that right. Abhor them. I don't know why I did an accent on it. I have said to you, you shall inherit their land, and I will give it to you to possess, a land flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, who has separated you from the peoples. You shall therefore distinguish between clean animals and unclean, between unclean birds and clean. You shall not make yourselves abominable by beast or by bird, or by any living thing that creeps on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. And you shall be holy to me, for I am the Lord, am holy. and have separated you from the peoples that you should be mine. A man or a woman who is a medium or has familiar spirit shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. All around, some good laws today. Like, before we were doing a lot of, sacrifices and stuff, which was good, but, this is mostly like the same. This is like kind of doing a whole layout. I like we're getting to a flow state, or maybe something. Maybe I'm just like getting in a flow state of reading. It could be, I don't know. But yeah, we'll stop at 21 today. Yeah, I was playing on my little dingle dangly thing right here. I don't know why. It feels nice. It's like a weird material. I don't know. I just like it. We'll start off at 21 next week. I hope everyone had a great Easter. I forgot to say that last week because last week was Easter. So, happy late Easter. Yeah, I appreciate everyone for coming and watching this video. I hope everyone has a blessed week. And, yeah, later's Gator.